Hello, you fantastic people. Did somebody say Valentine's Day? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I am not a huge, we don't really go in for Valentine's Day. Hubby and I have been married for 20 years. We've been together for nearly 25 years. The chances of us doing Valentine's Day, not very likely at all. But that's not to say that I do not love all things heart themed or just being like on trend for the season. I mean, really, I'm just a girl that loves to get on a bandwagon. That's about it, really. Last year for Valentine's Day, I made these really cute, I made pyjama trousers and I made a really lovely heart dress, which was from one was from a curtain and one was from a bed sheet. So obviously I have to do some heart themed crafts for this year. You guys are in luck. Today, we are not doing one, but we are doing two different crafts. And yes, they are both focused on EPP because, as I have said, I am obsessed. The first one that I'm going to do focuses on hexagons. I'm getting a little bit bored of hexagons. Not that I don't want to use them, just I feel like they're being a little bit repetitive. The second craft that I want to do is using jewel pieces. I think it's called jewel. It's the first time, is it the first time I've worked with them? I think it's the first time I've worked with them, so that's going to be interesting. But if you put two jewels together, makes a little heart. I'll put a picture here so you can see. So the two projects that I'm going to make, they've sort of been inspired by the things that I've seen on Pinterest and the things that I've got on my Make 9 project list. Also, I wanted to do a wall hanging for my new sewing space, which is in progress. It's not a reality yet, but it's coming. So I wanted to make a wall hanging and I found this. And I thought, actually, it looks really pretty. Like I said, hexagons, I'm getting a tiny bit. I just sort of want to upskill, I think, a little bit. So this is probably going to be my last hexagon, my last hexagon EPP for a little while. I might do a couple of machine hexagons, but that's going to be my last, can nobody hold me to that, please? Because you know what I'm like. So the wall hanging is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. It says that I've sort of like worked out, there's no tutorial, I've just sort of worked out from the picture and I'm just going to replicate that. And then the second thing that I want to make is inspired by one of my Make 9s, which is this blanket. Now I also thought what I could do is just have a little practice with the jewels and try and make some hearts and then make that either into a wall hanging, because I don't really want two wall hangings, do I? I could make that into a wall hanging, or I could make it into like a slightly larger placemat for the table, because the little coasters that I made, everyone that's come into the house has complimented them, and I'll see the kids sat there just sort of like fiddling with them and playing with them. So that's quite cute that they enjoy them. If you haven't checked out my coasters, the video's up there. So hopefully I will come away by the end of the week with two projects, and they will both be heart themed. But of course no project would be complete without brand new fabric. So Past Phili has done a wonderful job of doing a little unboxing for you. Take it away, Past Phili. I present to you my goodies. Oh, and it's even, I've got little bits of fabric just here too. So obviously everyone is absolutely obsessed with the Aldi wool event. However, they also do sewing stuff as well, which is amazing. Now, some of you may have seen this before because I actually accidentally revealed it in last week's video, which is absolutely fine. We do that, but it's not a problem. But it's got some amazing colours in it. And I'd thought, because I talked about getting some different threads and stuff before, and I know that I still have to get some expensive stuff, and somebody has told me to get specifically the Dove Grey one so that it blends in with more colours. However, for now, I'm going to be using some of these just because it's great to have a selection of all the different colours to be able to pattern match a little bit better in my future projects, which will probably include some of these fabrics which I'm about to show you. This whole thing, it's got 32 threads and 32 bobbins, and it was £2.49, maybe £3.99. I'm going to pop it down the bottom as to how much it was, but what an absolute bargain. Aren't they brilliant? Bye. Okay, these next ones, these were £3.49 each, and they are packs of 5 fat quarters. I thought that with Valentine's coming up, they were quite romantic, so I liked the look of them. I'm just going to chop that open and we'll have a look through the colours. So we have this print. I love that. That's very chintzy. We have, ooh, this one. It's coming up very green on the camera, but here it looks a little bit blue, like a bluey green. That's nice. Nice straightforward blue, and then some little fans. Oh, little fans, they're pretty. And then this really little cute little ditzy one. Oh, it looks like it's got a mark there, but not in real life. So that was the first one. They had another one there that was like yellow and blacks, and I wasn't convinced, so I didn't buy that one because, yeah, yellow and black just didn't feel like a nice pattern, a nice colour mix to me. So I went for the yellow ones instead, oh, yellow and green. So this is the first one. And then the second one, I think that's the pink pattern, but in like an orangey yellow. And there's that one. These actually, that's a bit on your eyes, isn't it? And then that one as well. Some of these work quite nicely together, don't they? So this is from one pack and these are from another. So that works quite pretty. So those were my fat quarters and my threads. They were from Aldi, but I also bought some fabric off Amazon. Now, I haven't, because I've got a very set project that I want to make with them, which I'm either making before or after this video. I can't quite remember what time is anymore, but these are specifically for that project, and therefore I bought smaller amounts. So these are 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres, I think, and they were £3.99 and £4.99. I don't know why there's a price difference, and I can't remember how many's in them. The company and stuff, I'll put everything down below so you can have a look. It actually looked like they've got loads of really, really good little bundles. Right, so this is the first one. Now, as I said, I've got a project that I want to make, and it is a heart wall hanging. I might have already explained it to you, but I'm going to use these fabrics. So I've got hearts. Ooh, big hearts. Spotties. So what's that? 1, 2, 3. Stripes. Ooh, ooh, nice. Oh, zigzags, chevrons. Remember when chevrons were all the rage? Like in 2010, and everyone was chevroning. I love it. And a bit of gingham. And then finally, these cute little cherries. Aren't they sweet? Cherries on stripes as well. So there's 8 of those, 20 centimetres each, which should be enough for my project for £3.99. What a bargain, right? And then I thought, well, I might as well get my money's worth whilst I'm on here. So I bought 2 more, which are these ones. Again, still only 20 centimetres. These ones were a bit more expensive. I really liked the more modern, funky design of some of these. So we've got this one. Oh, hang on. Let me go that way. Pretty flowers. I might separate them a little bit into different like colourways and stuff and styles. That's nice. I like that one. That one. I like that. Oh, quite like a dress in that one. I wonder if I might go on and have a look, see if I can buy that by the metre. That's really nice. I think by the feel of them, I will double check, but by the feel of them, that was poly cotton and these are 100% cotton because they are so soft. That one and that one. That's upside down. And that one, I like that as well. I think that's really sweet. Okay, last one. Ba-bam! Love this. Absolutely love. So that one, hang on. One. How cute are these? Again, I think these might work quite nicely with the, oh look, a plain one. They might work quite nicely with some of the reds. Actually, all of them I think will probably work quite cohesively together. Pink gingham. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty, very chintzy. That one looks like one that I've already got. And that one. Aren't they lovely? No, those are all my new fabrics from my fabric haul. I suppose I better do something with them now, hadn't I? I have a confession to make. I actually couldn't wait to get into that fabric. I just wanted to get cracking. So I did. Here, da 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 da, is the finished product. I really like it. I think it's sweet. Looks a bit like a thong, doesn't it? But I quite like it. So what I have to do now is I need to press it and then I need to applique it onto a piece of fabric, which I had knocking around. Where did I put that now? Voila! So I have this pink fabric. So I'm going to applique that onto there. And then I'm going to need to back it with something, aren't I, to make it a bit heavier. I've got some other cream fabric which I was going to use for the blanket, so I will use that and I will back it as well, and then I'm going to need to bind it. Oh, this is actually a bigger job than I was expecting. And then how am I going to get it to hang on the wall? Am I going to need to put little loops on it? I'm going to do some research and then I'm going to press this and I'm going to applique it onto there, and I'm going to use this fabric and I'm going to have a piece of backing, and then I'm going to make some fixings on how to make it fall off the wall, not fall off the wall, fall from the wall. And yes, this is a really well thought through plan. Sewn everything on. I have made a little bit of bias binding with some scraps and I've pinned it round. I've got the back on the back. So I'm going to sew around the edge and then turn it, sew around again, and job should be a good one. I've got a spare bit of bias binding, which I can make some little tabs on the top. and then I can use a pole to hang it up, or just, I suppose I could always put them on the back, couldn't I? Well, for today we're having little tabs on the top, and then I'll hang it that way. Right, finished. I want you to remember that this is my first ever time. I'm quite happy with it. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? And actually, I thought that making the strips of the bias would look really pretty, but actually they look all off kilter. I haven't done these, but other than all of the things that I see wrong with it, first attempt, not mad. Also not happy enough to put it on my wall. It's not going to be a wall hanging because it's so wonk and it will just drive me mad. I don't think using the gingham would... Why do I keep putting myself down? First attempt, yay for me. I wonder if part of the reason I don't like it is because, well, it's not that I don't like it, it's just that I'm not happy with it. Part of the reason, aside from the bias, is that the heart looks lovely on its own, but now that it's on the pink backing, actually some of the bits go a bit invisible, and I thought it was going to be too, it was going to look too weird on the white. Why didn't I do the white now? Well, I've got lots of other opportunities to try. Project 1 completed. Right, project number 2 is going to be using all the jewels. I haven't cut them all out yet, so I'll be doing that this afternoon, and then I'm going to walk the dog. Doggy doos. It's like he literally only ever sleeps. I'm going to walk the dog this afternoon, then I'm going to make some jewels, and then I'll start cutting out some of the fabrics. I don't know which ones to use because I don't know how big I'm going to make the thing. I don't know. I'll have a little think whilst I'm on my dog walk. I'll have a think about it, and then I'll come home, start cutting, and then I'll probably get sewing tomorrow. So yeah, check back. Right, another day, another project. This second project, I have already skipped ahead a little bit because once I got into that fabric, I was like, ooh, lovely, lovely. I cut it all up. I basted it onto the little jewels. Ta-da! And now, these are 1-inch jewels, by the way, and I did my little method of sticking them onto books. My little hearts. So, these are what they look like. I have managed to accidentally double up on some of the fabric. Do you remember when I was opening it, I said that there was like 2 that were the same, and somehow I managed to cut those up, which was frustrating, so I have double the amount of those, but that's okay. Other than that, they all look pretty, oh look, there we go, see? They all look pretty, there we go. So that's a different one, and then we've got this one, and I've just joined them down that long edge there to make a heart. I've just grabbed these at random. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to attach them in rows like that, so they go together that way. I don't know how many I need or how many I have. I'm not going to cut anymore or baste anymore. I'm just going to sew with what I've got. So if that means that I have to undo a couple to square off the edge, then so be it. So like, wait, would that work? Yeah. So that makes a nice straight line there, she says, trying to get it in. Ta-da! So I'm going to lay them all out and see how we go, and then I'm going to sew them together. I think I will probably end up with like a little table mat, but that's fine. That's quite nice to go onto either the dining table as on the centre, or on one of the little side tables. That'll look quite cute. But yeah, I suppose like there must be logic to working out how many, rather than just finding a pattern and it saying make 7,229 of these. There must be a logic to, if these are an inch wide from there to there, and then that makes 2 inches, so how many would I need for a 2 metre? See, this is the problem, because I work in centimetres normally, inches are struggling for me. So how wide is a single bed? It's 90 centimetres, that I know, but what is that in inches? Not sure. Oh, hang on. Okay, Google, what's 90 centimetres in inches? 35.433 inches. So then I need... So I'll need 36 of these, which is 15, 16, 17, 18 hearts along, makes a six. Like, the math is not mathing. Who knew it was so technical? Anyway, whilst I go have a mathematical brain dump, I'm going to randomly use what I've got. I'm going to lay it all out, and then we'll see how we go. Okay, here is a very, very rough plan of what I'm going to do. I'm going to, what is this? Fives and fours. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, that's a 5, 4. I'm going to do 4 rows of 4, and then I'll do 1, 2, 3 rows of 5. And then I'm going to put those together, and then like I'll just do them in strips, and then we'll have another look at how it looks, and then we'll see where we need to sort of like square off the corners and edges and stuff. Like, so here, 1/2, hang on, I've got sparesies, 1/2 will go nicely in there to fold everything up, like to square everything up. Right, sewing. I lied, I did 4 instead of 5s and 4s, but now I'm really confused, because if I put that half of one there, then it's still not going to be square. So what am I going to do with these? What am I going to do with these bits? And then what am I going to... I mean, luckily I've got enough... Oh, well, do I have enough? 2, 4... 6, 8. So I've got 8 halves left over, so I can go 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can square it off a bit more, but I mean, it's slightly frustrating that I have to unpick them, but that's not the end of the world. But then what do I do with these other little bits? Sometimes I wish I was more organised. Part of me likes working it out as I go along, and that is the way that I tend to do things. I just tend to work it out as I go, rather than, there are people out there that like to plan, like to be organised. That's fine. I do think I am going to need to practice organising and planning in advance, rather than, great, what I'll do is I'll just get a couple of those, I'll cut that, and I'll do this, and then I'll stick it together, and then I'll see what happens. That's what's going on in my head. What should be happening is I know the process from A to Z, and I need to work accordingly. Is 2025 the year when I change my entire personality to work a bit more efficiently for me? Unlikely. Better. Not perfect. But anyway, we'll go walkies. We have been for a walk. I am now sewing. I think somebody wants to join me. I know, hello, I love you, I love you. Why do you love me so much today? Oh. What have you seen? Where is it? Where is it? Right, so it's all together. I'm gonna press it and then we're gonna take the papers out. And then I don't know. Ever voila! A finished piece. How do we feel? I like it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, and I wish I'd planned it out a bit better, because look, now some of them are stuck together, as in the patterns are on top of one another, and I'm pretty sure that when I planned it out, when I like laid it out on the table, it didn't actually look like that, but I probably like picked up the wrong row to put in, and then, well, here we are. I am, however, still really happy with this one. I love him. He's a little bit wonky, but I'm happy overall. One thing I am going to take away from this week's video is that I really do need to stop being so mean to myself, don't I? I'm going to stop doing that. We're going to be a bit nicer and a bit kinder to myself, and remember that actually I am on like week 4 of learning how to do EPP, and I've already managed to achieve this and this, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself. This took forever. I think I'm going to turn it into a cushioned front. I need to work out what to do with the edges and stuff. I think you have to rotary cut it, and yeah, so I was about to be unkind about my about my work again then. Thought, no, stop it. I am genuinely really enjoying EPP. I think I need to do a bit more research. I need to be a bit more methodical, a bit more practical, and then it will mean that I will enjoy the process even more. But yeah, aside from the fact that it's actually taking away from A, my reading time, and B, my crochet time, because I'm using my fingers all the time, whereas, you know, if you're crocheting and watching TV, nice and easy, but I can't do that when I've got to get a load of sewing done. I think this one, so this didn't take that long. This was only about 4 or 5 hours. This one must have taken at least 15 hours with all the cutting and everything else, and that's just for one cushion. So it is definitely slow, but again, I'm quite happy with that. I like that it's pretty portable, so you can do it anywhere. I think that the hearts, I really like the hearts, and I'm getting a little bit tired of the hexagons, and I've got some cushions to make, some hexagon cushions to make next week. Am I making them next week? Maybe making some hexagon cushions next week for the caravan. So I think that will be my last hexagon project for a little while, because the jewels I really like, and this is a smaller version of the larger blanket that I want to do. So I've already got like 1 or 2 of these. Oh well, I'm practically finished then. If I've got two spare gems left over from this. So hopefully I will be able to like put all of these skills to good use, and then put hexagons to bed for a little while, and then practice on a different technique and practice on these cushions and stuff like that. So that will be what's coming up next. Oh, I also have, I bought a fluffy gilet, which I want to put some patchwork pockets on the front as well, so that's going to be another project that I've got coming up. And I also need to crochet another sweater vest, and that's going to be in the pipeline for over the coming weeks, but whether I do that on camera or not, you might just have to go to my Instagram to be able to see that one. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. As always, I will see you next week with another video on sewing something amazing, hopefully. Have a great week, guys. Bye. Do I need to get a bit higher? Yes. How does one go higher? One can't choose that. Please hold. Let us try. John Mark Kramer. Oh, John Mark Kramer's come to save the day. Right.